hypersonic missiles could change the game.
China is investing in hypersonic missiles principally to show the rest of the world that is capable of developing cutting-edge military technology.
Because of the name, people focus the hypersonic part on how fast they go, but actually the biggest issue when it comes to defenses is that they can fly very low. Because of the circular nature of the Earth, if you have a radar system, you don't see it until close to the last minute, which makes it difficult to intercept. The broader strategic issue that China is more advanced in this area than the United States is brings up a lot of anxiety about how the United States technologically is falling behind.
They shown this on Parrot in 2019, and the Americans are only expected to have a first battery of similar missile for testing in 2023. So that's an incredible lead.
And while the US is trailing China in hypersonic technology, China is quickly closing the gap when it comes to naval forces.
In 2015, China published a white paper on China's military strategy, where the Chinese elites stated that China needs to move beyond an old-fashioned traditional mentality based on land power.
The Americans understand that the Chinese are gradually winning the arms race. They are simply building more ships than the American can. The Americans have been losing their manufacturing for generations. The best example is shipbuilding. China is the country with the biggest commercial shipbuilding industry in the world.
China basically builds 40% of the ships in the world. The US and its European allies build about 1%. It allows the Chinese to produce ships at an extraordinary rate and to overtake or to match the US, very quickly if they wish to. Once you get into wartime, those advantages, they really determine the ability of the US to win the First and Second World Wars for the Allies.
Operating day and night on a 24-hour mass production schedule. America giving wings to the greatest armada of fighting ships the world has ever known.
Many analysts nowadays believe that China is already capable of winning a short-term conflict within the First Island chain, which is this line that goes from the south of Japan through Taiwan down to the Philippines and the South China Sea.
In addition to a state-of-the-art navy, as well as their hypersonic missiles, China may also have an edge when it comes to how wars are fought in the 21st century.
One of the most worrying areas of Chinese development has been cyber warfare.
As much as we know, the Chinese have the biggest cyber forces in the world. It's important to understand that the Chinese started to prioritize cyber warfare and information warfare in general very early in 1990s. They understood that the key of American advantage was the information advantage, and to win they needed to destroy this American advantage.
They've been able to accelerate their arms development programs by gaining intelligence on US weapon systems. With cyber, nobody's ever quite sure about what the other side's capability is until it's been used. And once it's been used, it's gone, and you have to develop something else because it can be dealt with once it's known. Cyber immediately takes you on to the question of artificial intelligence. And Vladimir Putin, famously said, whoever wins that competition will rule the world. And the idea is that once you develop AI, they can, either assist or replace weapon systems.
And this emphasis on cyber warfare and artificial intelligence tell us how extremely relevant continues to be the writing of Sun Tzu, and in particular, The Art of War, where concepts like disruption, deception, know your enemy, win without fight, remain important.
Ultimately, China's power is wrapped up in how much influence their military and their economy have. But one question still remains. what does China, as well as Xi Jinping, really want?
U.S.-China relations is based on our understanding of the Taiwan issue.
The United States keeps the 7th Fleet and other military forces in the area to preserve the status quo.
Xi Jinping has kind of decided that he doesn't like this perpetual de facto independence of Taiwan, and he wants to start bringing Taiwan back into the fold. The way that the Communist Party originally wanted to do that was through peaceful reunification, so close economic and cultural ties would convince the people of Taiwan to voluntarily be a part of the PRC. That is not happening. To the last polls, only 6% of the people of Taiwan said that they wanted to be a part of the PRC. And so now in mainland China, there's serious discussion about, well, if we can't do this peacefully, domestic Chinese law tells us it's time to do it by force.
The cross-strait relation is a kind of stable condition under the unstable situation. Unification is the final puzzle piece for China. China is trying to intimidate Taiwan and the United States as well as the other countries in this region.
There is a widespread belief that over the next 20 to 30 years, China will be so powerful militarily that they will be able to grab Taiwan very easily. This is still a question mark because regardless of the power of China, regardless of the fact that there is a huge military gap between China and Taiwan, it is extremely difficult for China to put boots on the ground in Taiwan. And this is because of the complex urban geography of Taiwan. It's because of the few entry points on the coast of Taiwan. Taiwan will be able to mobilize a great amount of military reserves.
Well, final statement is the people of China, the leaders of China, want to make China great again. And they are moving quickly, and we will see how it goes. 2030 is their goal, and we have already seen them invade and take over Hong Kong. And what they're going to do in the Ukraine with Putin, we don't know. But China is a force to be reckoned with, and the United States will have to become more educated in cyber technology and hypersonic missile technology, and also AI technology. Please like and subscribe.